Welcome back to Blue Flag Bandits, the series that struggles along in the back marker cars that Formula One has had since 2010 and tries just to bring them a little bit of glory. It's round number 6 and it is the jewel in the crown, the Monaco Grand Prix in the Principality. And we're coming off the back of quite the terrible result. We were disqualified in Spain from a lap down, lapped by everybody in the field, including our teammate Lucas di Grassi, who outraced us for the first time. And it was just a race of constant spins, constant issues, just didn't seem to have any pace. And now we're going to probably the most difficult circuit on the calendar. But let's see where the standings are, shall we? In advance of that one, we are down to 15th as Pedro de la Rosa nicked the last point in the last race in Spain, getting a point at home, moving ahead of us in the championship, but we're still ahead of Kamui Kobayashi and Rubens Barrichello and Jaime Alguersuari of the established team, shall we say, the Sauber, Williams, Toro Rosso trio there, and also ahead of the 2 HRTs, the 2 Lotus, and Lucas di Grassi, our teammate. Still that 1 point from Bahrain, hoping that we can add to it as the season goes on. But with races like Spain, it worries me more that somehow the likes of Lotus and HRT are going to nab more points, and we're going to end up exactly where Virgin Racing did in real life, which was at the bottom of the 2010 stand-ins. At the other end, though, Mark Webber moves past 100 points and is in a fairly commanding position ahead of Fernando Alonso, who's just a few points ahead of Sebastian Vettel, who in turn is only a few points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Button and Massa a little bit further adrift with Rosberg and Petrov, even further adrift in the top 10 being reined out by Michael Schumacher and Robert Kubica, who had the misfortune of driving into the back of us while trying to lap us in Spain. Still finished ahead of us in the standings because we were DQ'd, though. Because of course. In the Constructors, we slipped to 10th with that 1 point for Sauber. Toro Rosso's solitary point for Buemi as well keeps them ahead of us. Williams only a few points ahead. We're still, of course, ahead of HRT and Lotus, who are yet to score. While at the other end, Red Bull with a 79-point lead over McLaren and Ferrari, who are tied on 111 points. And Mercedes, quite some distance further back in 4th, but kind of comfortable, far enough ahead of Renault to not be looking immediately over their shoulder. Monaco, then. We all know this track, and if you watch through the title sequence, you could see that I've driven it a lot in pretty much definitely every F1 game since 2010. Just to give you a nice little title, it's a circuit we all know, a circuit that hasn't really changed all that much over the years, save for maybe a couple of bits of road being widened, maybe a couple of barriers being pushed back. Nothing major, but a tough circuit. So qualifying is going to be paramount. So these 5 practice laps, I've really got to just try and survive damage-free and hope I can get a nice rhythm in, because overtaking is going to be very, very difficult. But let's move into that practice session, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the real-life 2010 Monaco Grand Prix. So then, the jewel in the crown of Formula One. The Monaco Grand Prix of 2010 was the 6th round of the championship, and it saw questions raised before practice had even begun. With the entry in 2010 of Lotus, Virgin Racing and HRT, whose lap times were between 3 and 6 seconds slower than the rest of the pack, coupled with the narrow nature of the circuit, led some teams to put forward a proposal to split qualifying in a similar manner to IndyCar and modern-day F2. It was to avoid faster cars being compromised during fast laps, but the FIA rejected the proposal, imposing a maximum allowable time of 1 minute 22 seconds between Saint-Devant, turn 1, and Anthony Noves, the last corner on the circuit. Practice sessions were mostly incident-free. Alonso topped the first session ahead of Vettel and Kubica, though Bruno Senna's HRT had been damaged in Spain and the team couldn't find the flaw in the chassis, meaning he was about 2 seconds off Karun Chandog, while Virgin Racing won the new team battle and were just a second away from the sabre of Kamui Kobayashi. But their joy was short-lived, as Glock stopped on track in session 2 and they were beaten by Lotus, who were once again only a second away from the pack. Going into session 3, Alonso, who'd topped session 2, crashed heavily and caused irreparable damage to his Ferrari, meaning that he missed qualifying and would have to start from the pits in the race as he was using the spare chassis. It meant that Kubica, who'd been impressive all weekend to this point, topped session 3, while Lotus once again won the new team battle down at the back. With Alonso out of qualifying, the established teams elected to run the first qualifying session on the hard tyre, knowing they were unlikely to be eliminated, and so it proved. The new teams all dropped out, with Lotus leading Virgin Racing and HRT, all of whom started 2 by 2 at the back. But Bruno Senna managed to haul his damaged HRT in front of Karun Chandok, while Felipe Massa topped the session at the other end. Q2 saw a crash from Petrov in the Renault, though the session wasn't stopped as he was eliminated with the Sabres, the Toro Rossos, Hulkenberg and Adrian Sutil. But it would be Webber who'd take hold at the very end of Q3 ahead of the impressive Robert Kubica, who'd led most of the final session, with Sebastian Vettel ranging out the top 3. The race saw Vettel jump Kubica into turn 1, while the Virgin Racing team once again gained a free position from Nico Hulkenberg. First because he had to abort his warm-up lap due to a clutch problem, which forced him to start from last, and then because his front wing mounting failed in the tunnel, caused an incident that resulted in a safety car. Wouldn't be long before they gained another position as well, when Button retired because of an overheating engine. That safety car led to a flurry of pit stops, many to counter Fernando Alonso, who stopped at the end of the first lap, apart from Nico Rosberg, who attempted to build a gap to pit and then come out back in front of Alonso, a strategy that didn't actually work out for him. By lap 25, Virgin Racing had suffered another double DNF, as within a few laps of each other, both drivers dropped out just to add to their dismal run of form in the first few rounds of the season.
Okay, it looks like your engine is running a bit hot. Let's give it fewer revs on the straight.
Wouldn't be Monaco without some crashing though. Rubens Barrichello crashed on lap 30 owing to a loose drain cover at Maxinet, and that resulted in a further safety car. Karun Chandok also ran over Barrichello's steering wheel after Rubinho had thrown it out of the cockpit, but it didn't damage Chandok's car. Safety car was brought in after a few laps, but called out again when the marshals spotted that loose drain cover at Maxinet. Then the safety car out again. The FIA assessed the situation, deemed it safe, brought the safety car in and let racing continue. Webber continued to lead out at the front, as he had pretty much from the start, but he had a moment of panic on the 75th lap quite near the end as Jarno Trulli mounted Karun Chandok in an attempt to overtake the HRT at Raskas, resulting in the safety car to run until the final corner of the final lap when it was pulled in. Webber took the victory. Though the action wasn't actually over, Michael Schumacher overtook Fernando Alonso for 6th as the green lights were displayed just after Anthony Noakes, but he was later issued a 20-second penalty from an illegal overtake. Owing to a lack of clarity in the safety car restart rules on a final lap, something that the FIA looked at and sorted out pretty promptly. What are we looking for on the streets of Monaco? This isn't a place I'm particularly fond of driving, if I'm honest. Always overcautious, trying to avoid incident, sometimes maybe just a rolling roadblock. So let's just aim to win the new team battle in qualifying and try and take 19th place. So then, welcome to qualifying 1 at Monaco. A little bit of a change of pace. I've not recorded audio while I've been driving, and I've come back to do it after. Might keep it, might not. We'll see how it goes. But this was our fastest lap in Q1. We'd actually binned an attempted lap 3 a little earlier in the session, not the front wing, come into the pits, got it repaired. Where with Liuzzi into Mirabeau, we kind of just shove him out the way. Yeah, I trying to turn in on me while I'm on a fast lap. I guess Liuzzi was as well, but not given any penalties for that, so we'll let it slide on this occasion. And 2 minutes 50 in the session, and as you can see, slipped to P20, but felt like I had a bit more pace in the car. Knew I was going to give it another shot. Almost went too wide on the Nouvelle chicane there, but kept it pointing in the right direction. Always got to watch that little bump into back. It can put you in the wall, and we almost got it very wide through the second section of the swimming pool, but again, just about kept it within limits. All green so far in terms of sector times. Round Anthony Nogues, get the power down nicely. Car feeling good, and that puts us up to 14th. That was our fastest lap. We remained in 14th and made our way through to Q2 at Monaco. Certainly not a position I thought I'd get this little Virgin Racing VR I went into in Monaco, but we made it. And then same again for Q2.
2 minutes remaining in the session. We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying.
Once again, it's taken a few laps to get into the groove.
You're currently in 17th.
And on our 4th lap, we're only quick enough to start at the bottom, essentially, which isn't really where you want to be at Monaco, near the back. But again, looking clean and tidy through Matinee and Casino Square. Green as we head into Mirabeau. I realise I call Mirabeau Matinee a lot during the race, but just got my corners confused. Through the Lowe's hairpin, keeping away from the curves, because they're auto spin curbs here and they will throw you into the wall. A little wide through Portier, but not too bad. Actually turned into a nice slingshot through the tunnel down to the Nouvelle chicane. Much better than the first qualifying session fastest lap. Being able to take that one really, really close. Again, bouncing through the bump, clipping the wall through the swimming pool, but somehow surviving. Still all green. At this point, thinking maybe we can just nab a P10, but our time not particularly up on what we needed for that.
12th place.
Move it up to 12th, which is still an achievement, and then straight into the wall to celebrate the end of the lap. That was the end of Q2 for us, and the end of qualifying completely.
You've qualified 12th. 12th place on the grid tomorrow.
P12, actually not that far off. Out with Kovalainen, Trulli, Barrichello, Hulkenberg, Buemi, and Jaime Alguersuari.
We're much higher up the field than we expected to be. Good job.
Still a good place to start from. Onwards to the Monaco Grand Prix. Here we are then. Garage at Monaco before the 2010 Monaco Grand Prix. 12th place in qualifying, although it did take a couple of Hail Mary laps at the end of each session. But better than where we expected to be, better than where the team expected us to be, and that's important. They want us to finish where we start in this one. But I know it's going to be a tough race. There were spins, there were mistakes, a lot of things happened in qualifying and practice that would probably spell disaster during the race. We are going to be taking a look at this grid now. We've got Vettel from Webber, Button, Massa, Alonso, Hamilton, Rosberg, Schumacher, Sutil, Liuzzi, then Alguersuari. There we are in P12, ahead of Buemi, Barrichello, Hulkenberg, Trulli, Kovalainen, Kubica, Kobayashi, Petrov, De La Rosa, Chandok, Senna and De Grassi round the rest of the grid off. And bad day for Renault down there, 18th and 20th, and Sauber also in that bottom zone. The two Lotus, 16th and 17th, so not far behind us. but it is 39 laps of one of the most challenging circuits on the calendar in 2010. Obviously, it gets more challenging as the years go by. The likes of Singapore still in this season, but later on we're going to have many other quite challenging street circuits. What's our aim? I'd like to get back into the points. I think it's possible, because I know on lap 1 into the hairpin and into, I think, Massenet, there are very dim-witted AI that go quite slowly, and maybe we can just be opportunistic, try and pick up a place cleanly and make our way further forward. I think if we can pick off 1 or 2 and then just hold it and drive comfortably, carefully and safely, we are essentially then a rolling roadblock. Yep, there are pit stops, but everybody's got to go through them, so I think we just got to survive, try and get to the end of this one. P10 is the target. Let's see if we can get back into the points for the Monaco Grand Prix.
Let's fire up the engine.
Just about to see the lights from back here. Away we go. Immediately defends from Bohemi because he was looking. Undal Gashwari a bit as he broke across me. With these guys through Casino Square. And then it's the late lunge.
Just watch the aggression when you're overtaking. We don't want to lose places because of a penalty.
It was a little bit bump and run, but we made it past both Force Indias. And Jaime Alguersuari, and we're up to 9th. Already losing the back of Michael Schumacher, but that's fine. It's all looking one way then the other. Not able to get by. Didn't see what tyres other people were on. Maybe it was Greenwald option tyres, if it was. Going for the reverse strategy.
We need to compensate for the loss in aero caused by the damaged front wing. Set it to the up position. You've taken some slight damage to the front wing. Stay out. We can fix that during your next pit stop.
The front wing on the exit of Saint-Deval. It cost me at the pit stop because there's no way to tell them not to fix it. The wall there. Just across the swimming pool. All of a sudden, driving really scruffily.
We've run calculations and we estimate Force India will be bringing Suttil in soon, within the next 5 laps.
flag up ahead. Is it ahead or is it behind? It might be behind. Everybody's seemingly spread out behind us. Sutel's gone backwards. He's at least been passed by Liuzzi. Just have no confidence on the prime tyres, but don't think the options would last all that long.
Our calculations estimate that Liuzzi will be pitting within the next 5 laps.
Confirmation of that, if they're going in about 5 laps. Great if we could treble our points for the season in this race, but I feel like the pit stop strategy might be against me. Let's see, it's not a long pit stop here. I'll get there without causing any more damage to the car.
The tyres are within the optimum temperature zone. Tyres are at optimum temperature.
I obviously have the drawback of needing to change the front wing. Sort of moving away from the field as Adisswanto goes past Liuzzi in 10th. I mean, to have Toro Rosso score as well wouldn't be of too much benefit for us, but opportunities at points few and far between so far this season. So far, either works. Lack of points opportunities aren't for lack of trying, I think mostly down to me now. Sadly, but probably in the hunt in Australia. Didn't really have the pace in Malaysia. Might have been able to nick one in China if it wasn't for the spin. Spain so far has been the only time this season where the hope has been 0. Well, we didn't have the pace in Malaysia, we might have been able to just fall into points if there were any kind of mishaps up front. As Rosberg comes in, and I think we're going to beat him at the pits. Somebody at the
Adisswanto should be pitting within the next 4 laps.
Further back. I think we've lapped somebody. Gained a position. Rosberg remains in front of us. There he is on the mini map. Too distracted by that going into Saint-Devote, obviously. Doesn't cause any more damage. Lost ground on us, and then Sutil all of a sudden wasn't 10th as Liuzzi's now moved back past Adisswanto down in the Nouvelle chicane. Two having their own private war over that point at the moment. I can't quite use it to my advantage and try and run away as Liuzzi pulls in. So that backs everybody up out the last corner. They're all going to start diving in, and I think the back of the field is starting to be caught by the likes of Sebastian Vettel up at the front. curb, nearly lost it. Arrested the slide just in time. A couple of cars in the pits. I was about to say nobody immediately behind pulling in, but a few people are as Degrassi makes it into the top 20. Chased by both Toro Rossos now. This is no modded version of F1 2010. I know it's been 6 rounds and I've not mentioned it, but there's no mods. This is
Vettel's out in front.
Original game, just with the obviously final patch updates that they did way back when. Still on Legendary as this entire season will be, as will the next one. I think then it's 2012, I think we start getting the sliding scale. I might be wrong. I think I've probably got that pinned about 91, which is listed as Master rather than Legendary, but I think if I go any higher it'll be
Lucas is driving down the pit lane. He's in this
lap. A lot of very long, boring races at the back, and we've got bits of carbon fibre and a yellow flag. Clearly been there for a while, because we're 24 seconds off Michael Schumacher, but maybe the German has made a mistake or has clipped the back of somebody else.
Well, he's got the bit between his teeth. He's just put in a new fastest lap.
So Alguersuari's there. Barrichello behind me, it is. Rubens Barrichello in P10 now. He's obviously yet to pit as well. Going long might really prove to be my undoing in this one, but go until the team tell us to come in. Honestly, don't think the option tyres will last all that long, so
Engine is getting too hot. Ease off on the revs a bit when you can.
Nobody's in. If it's Schumacher, they're about to put a lap on somebody else, or maybe even the same person from last time. They remain P9. So it's not Schumacher. We've either put a lap on somebody or put 2 laps on somebody. I'm not sure which and not sure who. There are 2 very distinct races going on here around this circuit. Now one of the tyres starts to get a little bit warm. Not quite half distance yet. I wonder if the car behind Barrichello is lapped. It looks like a Sauber. Imagine if the AI went to a 2-stop and we managed to blag a 1-stop. Wouldn't that be great? Got that a bit wrong.
Your front wing's taking quite a knock. You can pit in now or wait for the next window.
There's Kobayashi there. Fortunately, we're at Monaco, so I can probably get away with the way as is for now. Point. Monaco, one of those circuits where making 19 laps is an achievement to me. Carlo, I think, has pitted. Yeah, I think he's in. Still going. Kobayashi isn't a back marker. Kobayashi is full position. Samba started way down at the back.
By our calculations, Kobayashi should be pitting in the next 4 laps.
Liuzzi's moved back into 11th place, so at the moment, unless Liuzzi pits again, overtake us at the stop. One car up ahead of us, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's another car from the back of the field. Rather than it being Michael Schumacher. We're closing up to the back of a Williams. I can only assume that that's Hulkenberg. Rosberg is now...
You're about to lap the next car. Make yourself big in his mirrors and he should let you past.
There you go. Ink away, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come. Surely. I know this series is about us being a back marker, but surely now. Come on. As I nearly lose it. Oh, that was close. Still driving offline as I get a warning for corner cutting. Will he finally get out of the way? Well, that's really compromised me, but if Rosberg has fallen behind Schumacher, that suggests the OR are doing a 2-stop.
Kobayashi's just behind you. Watch out for him.
Somebody's in. Not Kobayashi. Might have been Liuzzi, you know, if it was. It really works out for us if that was Hulkenberg again. Might be that he's stuck in some never-ending loop of pit stops. Don't get on the power so early. Surely we've got to be pitting soon. Kobayashi goes by.
Stay with him, stay with him. He might make a mistake and we can regain the place.
Liuzzi didn't go in, so I don't know who it was that went in. Very wrong into Anthony Yogs. The second half of that lap was awful. Kobayashi's gone. But I feel that he's got a pit. I knew I jinxed myself when I said I'd got so far. Still in the points at the moment, but only just. I'm pretty sure I saw a Lotus immediately in behind Liuzzi as well. Off walls all over the place out. Concentration possibly waning. 27th lap.
The pit crew are ready for you at the end of this lap. Pit this lap.
want me in at the end of this lap. I'm probably going to fall right to the back. It'll give me enough time to try and make a comeback.
You need to pit in this lap.
Unless they all go in. As Kobayashi goes in.
Slow for the line and limiter on. Brakes on for the box.
Kobayashi's gone in and gone out. If we stayed in front of him, he would have beaten us out because of the front wing change.
Exit
We won't fall to
now.
last all because Hulkenberg is a lap down even on me.
Don't forget to turn the limiter off.
Sutil's not far away, so yeah, he had issues. Now it's about whether we can catch up and get back past everybody. About whether they all pit in. They are a lap down, but maybe hanging on to the back of this gaggle of leaders is actually a good thing. Wrong. Yeah, fair. To overdrive it. Well, it looks like the two McLarens are fighting each other up ahead. What did I say?
Your front wing's taken some slight damage. Stay out and we'll fix it when you stop for tyres. Mate, we think setting the wing to the up position will give you a bit more grip and help counter the damage to the front wing.
Off the wall. What I now have is that if I do manage to make it past some of these guys as Trullies exiting the pits, these leaders, if I do make it past them, I'm going to get blue flags to move out the way again. Oh!
Lost your front wing.
Damn.
If you can nurse the car back to the pits, we'll fit a replacement.
Well, that's this race over then.
Blue flag conditions. Let the car immediately behind through. You're not racing him.
I wonder if I can actually just make it round this circuit without a front wing. Shall we see? Maybe not. Tyres are practically stone cold.
Slow for the line and put the limiter on.
Well,
Brake for the pit box.
everybody at the other end of the circuit.
Go now. Limiter off.
I didn't feel like I wasn't looking where I was going. I think I just caught a hitbox and that was
Hulkenberg has
it.
just entered the pit lane. Hulkenberg in the pits.
Hulkenberg pitting now, so even further behind. Well, I'm literally about to say I appear to be catching Trulli hand over fist. And then that did me.
guy behind you is fitting the option tyre. Looks like he's going for a shorter next stint.
Hulkenberg in the pits again. I think he is. I think there's a glitch for poor old Nico Hulkenberg. That, or he's done a me and put it into the wall a few times. Well, there's only a few laps left. Let's just try and make it to the end. I think. I don't think I'm going to be salvaging any points unless everybody decides that they want to pit in again with just 6 to go. The worst thing is I am actually catching Jarno Trulli. It says as the time gap grows bigger. Weird glitchy moment as I tap the wall and take flight. The concentration's gone as I think Hulkenberg's gone into the pits again. I think he's stuck in an internal loop of pit stops. Bouncing off walls pretty much every lap now. And then doing that.
We need to compensate for the loss in aero caused by the damaged front wing. Set it
Hulkenberg
to the
appears
up
to have
position.
no front wing. So he's going in.
You've taken some slight
Every
damage
lap.
to the front wing. Stay out. We can fix that during your next pit stop.
The way it's going, I'm not going to have a front wing by the end of this, so just concentrate. There's only a few more laps to go now. I'll hide into nothing in 23rd. Shades of Australia, this one. Looking up around P9. Looking at points and then making a mistake. I really need to just try and stamp the mistakes out because cost me Australia, cost me here. Cost me in China as well, I think. We got disqualified in Spain, but I don't think we were getting anything out of that particular race weekend. Here's Monaco. Is going to be pretty much a mainstay, I think, every year. Even 2020, just because of how the game is in comparison to how the real season was. And I think they're all going to be equally as chaotic. It's not a circuit I enjoy driving or I'm able to drive particularly confidently. Again, the gap's Trulli's coming down. Already too little, too late. I was going to say, I just need to reset the track, but I can't do that. Real Ricardo Ross at hours, and that's saying something.
Trulli has half a minute's lead over you.
Just try not to go 2 laps down. That's going to be the aim. Sebastian Vettel wins. We are already a lap down, so this will be, I think, the end for us. A race that promised a fair amount, actually, starting in 12th and going for the opportunistic move at the start to move up into 9th. A position we held all the way till like a lap or two before our pit stop. Looks like we actually had decent pace. But the race ends with us in 23rd.
We're at the wrong end of the field, but at least we managed to complete the race. Well done.
A lap down, along with Sutil, Liuzzi, De Grassi, Trulli. Hulkenberg ended up 5 laps down with his multiple pit stops. But Vettel takes the win, Webber second, Massa third, Alonso in 4th, Button 5th, Hamilton 6th, and Schumacher, Rosberg. Kubica managed to make up all the way to 9th. Must have really worked out for him in the pit stops. Kubica there, as I say, in 9th, Alguersuari in 10th, Petrov in 11th, Kobayashi 12th, Buemi 13th. Those are the kind of people we were fighting, so I think they did go in again. And Kovalainen, Chandok, Barrichello, Della Rosa, Senna, Sutil, Liuzzi ended up 19th and 20th. Maybe they've had some issues as well, and it's De Grassi, Trulli and ourselves. Standings wise, we slip further back again as Alguersuari takes a point and pushes us down to 17th, now only ahead of Kobayashi, Barrichello, Chandok, Kovalainen, Senna, Trulli and De Grassi. At the other end of things, Webber extends, I think, his lead over Vettel. Alonso slips a bit further back and drops to 3rd, and Hamilton closes up there. Button now looking like he might be a bit closer to his teammate, and Massa a bit further off again. But again, at least we're ahead of all the other new teams in the constructors as well. That single point there, Toro Rosso doubled their points and moved up to 8th ahead of Sauber. We remain just ahead of HRT and Lotus. Red Bull nearly 100 points clear of Ferrari, who moved clear of McLaren. And Mercedes still 30 clear of Renault, kind of holding their own little bubble in 4th at the moment. But that was the Monaco Grand Prix. It didn't really go as well as we'd hoped. It's particularly galling, I guess, after being sat in P9 for most of the race. 2 races now where we've been outraced by De Grassi. We need to get back on track soon. But again, at least we can still just hold our heads up to say that we have that 1 point. And until Singapore, we don't really have to worry about a circuit like this. Maybe with the exception of Canada, I guess. So at least we don't have to worry about any tight, twisty street circuits anytime soon. But that was Monaco. Again, not our greatest afternoon. But if you stuck around, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff that you're meant to do. And hopefully next time, after 2 back-to-back pretty terrible races, we can redeem ourselves once again. We'll see you for the next one. Take it steady.